sure that this is connected to otherwise, the bypass you right now. And you just click this when it's over.
So what are the old? We need to open it up.
Ohayo gozaimasu. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our August 23rd Sunday service. Please join me in 1 minute of silent meditation. Thank you. We will now have chanting of Shoshinge. It's on page 20 in your red service book. You could chant along or just read the English translation at the bottom of the page. Please, Gasho, before we begin.
南天地空流十大地主等世真如在阿無無限先世大乗無常法召喚力小安楽賢治南行六六信行理行四道楽億年未来本願自然即入品上入上上昇如来法大大義有世論天人菩薩道論世異名無下法如来ベスタラ天神寺法世法上大聖観こういう本願力栄光異道群上昇一心金融六大法界金脈入大へ収集特使連携上世界即昇進名法昇進入門の人間金数入賞自四自四元本自論願両天使上皇南書法祭三蔵類子十条教本書全領気楽法天金菩薩論中下報道因那見世観大芸栄光有大力創造主義心經外旋風流心經法生じ生じ即涅槃一心無量光明道小宇宙上開復系同社結晶同願書因明浄土活入万千地義変本修円満国語感染症三空三子慶音語相馬法明道義一生増悪地空世四安妙大小妙法
天道六妙無償意
大愛上三妙逆楽五妙妙道権威年大流本願大智大行者小樹根本心良き一年総合良意大等百三人即上法生四上覧天心交代一大教天気安良神一切先祖修持万千人法廷利用諸年流国中悪人類勝負大悪罪に摂取中煩悩少年水空見大義無限上昇が本自現流妙仏教天民全幕本部に新宗教書法練習戦略本願留学生天内生じ人間系結地義上位昇進即入逆上無理楽厳し心の仏教大義修士法上祭無念五力楽道即自修行心ゆいかしし
阿弥陀
に自を得たり、おしの降臨際もなく、世の病を照らすなり、知恵の光明ありなし、不良の所とという東京神々のわらし、新人病に起業せよ、枝の降臨際もなし、高速なるのにな、海を離ることでなめと、神に起業せよ、幸運無限の国、一切の上に触りなし、豪徳神々のもとなくに、なるしをせよせよ、少女光明なりなし、不思議のであれば、一切の影の底にいる、異教よ、異教せよ、流行症よ、最大にし、応援の流を名付けたり、三時の徳がの自白なり、大王を起業せよ。万日遠くどうせさいどうもないし往生は
Thank you. If you're able, please stand for Vandana Ti-Sarana. It is on page 17 of your red service book, and remain standing for Three Treasures, which is on page 18. This will be led by Reverend Okumura. Oh, okay. Sorry, Reverend Steve.
No, I got the wrong thing on there. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Buddham saranam gacchami Dhammam saranam gacchami Sangham saranam gacchami. Difficult it is to receive life in human form. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the Buddha Dharma. Now we hear it. If we do not receive awakening in the present life, then in what life can we hope to receive it? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha. May we, together as one, begin on the great path of enlightenment, holding in our hearts supreme aspiration. I take refuge in the Dharma. May we, together as one, enter the storehouse of the Dharma and attain true wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in the Sangha. May we, together as one, uniting in harmony, strive to live for the enlightenment of all beings. The incomparable, deep, and profound Dharma is difficult to encounter even through countless ages of kalpas. Now we're privileged to hear and receive it. Let us endeavor to thoroughly understand the true meaning of the Buddha Dharma. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Okay, you may be seated.
Thank you for your participation. We will now have a message from Reverend Yuichi Okumura.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Yuichi Okumura, and I worked at the Higashi and Hawaii district office. Yeah, we had some pretty rough weather last week, and I hope everyone, was okay. And I was worried about the weather this morning, and I'm glad we have, so far so good. Yeah. Anyway, as some of you may already know, starting next week on the 26th, I will be traveling to Brazil with a group of 18 people from Hawaii to attend the World Dobo Gathering. From our temple, 8 of us, including myself, will be participating. It is going to be quite a journey. I'm so excited with long flight and 14-hour layover in Dallas with our 15-month-old daughter. Yeah, just looking at the flight schedule makes me feel dizzy. On top, So to be completely honest, as much as I'm looking forward to it, I'm also a little anxious, thinking, what if she starts crying on the plane? And are we really going to make it there in one piece? Anyway, the World Dobo Gathering is a large event where people connected to Jodo Shinshu from around the world come together to share the teaching of Buddhism. And more than 200 people will come together from Japan, South America, North America, and Hawaii. The other day, while getting things ready for the trip, I was cleaning out the bookshelves in the conference room when I came across a few old photo albums. I stopped what I was doing and opened them up, and I found myself looking at photos from temples, services, and events held about 30 years ago. And looking closer, I spotted some of our current members and the ministers when they are much younger. I was like, oh, look at the hairstyle this person had back then, or is that, wow, Mr. So-and-so? I couldn't help but laugh at how much things have changed. Before I knew it, I had completely forgotten about cleaning and was deeply absorbed in looking through the pages. Do you ever open old albums or look at old photos at your home? At first, you might chuckle, thinking, oh, I was so young, or oh, those were the days. But as you slowly turn the pages, a different kind of feeling often starts to creep in. In those pictures, people are smiling with completely innocent joy. But at the same time, many of those faces belong to people who have already passed away and whom we can no longer meet. The sunlight, the clothes, the way people gathered and laughed together. As, as I looked at them, I found myself wondering, what were they hoping for on that day? What kind of conversations were they having when they gathered at this temple? I have been assigned to this temple for a little over 2 years now. In my daily routine, chanting in this hondo and talking with all of you, it is easy to fall into the illusion that this place has simply always been here, just as it is. But of course, that is not true. Long before I came here, even long before I was born, countless people lived in this community, gathered at this temple, brought their children, cleaned the hall, and carefully took care of this place. Yeah. What was captured in those old albums was not just a record of the past. It was a lived experience of so many people whose lives are connected to the very place where we are sitting right now. Yeah, we often tend to feel as if we are standing here by our own will and our own effort. We think, I am where I am because I worked hard. But is that really true? Yeah, my daughter loves obon dancing, and this summer we visited several temples. Yeah, yesterday I visited Jodo Mission of Hawaii, and day before yesterday we went to Mirigani Honganji. And then at every temple, members and the people from the local community worked together, preparing food, playing type drums, and dancing and sharing truly lively and warm moments with family and friends. Standing in the middle of those joyful circles, I remembered the scenes from that old photo album. The Obon dances and the temple spaces we enjoy so naturally today were not created from nothing by us. Decades ago, people facing all kinds of hardships came together, held on to the teaching of Buddhism, built temples, preserved traditions, and passed them down to the next generation. The smiles, the smiles we share today are possible because of all the care and effort of those who came before us. When we look at it this way, the Obon season is perhaps not just a time to remember those who have passed away. Yeah, it is also a time to pause and ask ourselves, what have I received from those who came before me? And what am I now being asked to pass on those who come after me? Reflecting on my own life, I realized that I have received so much from others. After working at our head temple in Kyoto for about 10 years, I was assigned to the Higashi Honganji Hawaii District Office. And then each time my life changed, part of me felt that something was coming to an end. And letting go of what was familiar was not always easy. I often wondered, what is going to happen next, and sometimes wished that things could simply stay the same. We naturally want to hold on to what is familiar and resist change. When I think about change and parting, I am always reminded of my late uncle. Yeah, because I was not born into a temple family, so when I decided to enter the Buddhist ministry, my uncle was really happy for me. He encouraged me deeply, saying, study hard and go as far as you can and do whatever you are able to do. Not long after that, my uncle suddenly passed away. I can no longer talk to him or hear his voice. Yet, yeah, but the words and encouragement he gave me continue to live inside me. And strangely enough, as the years have passed, those words haven't faded at all. If anything, they resonate more deeply in my heart as the years go by. Yeah, just because someone is no longer physically with us doesn't mean that everything they gave us disappears. Their words, their warmth, and the impact they had on our lives quietly become part of who we are. And they continue to live on within us. Yeah, in that sense, human connections never truly end. They simply change form and continue in a different way. And on my first day at Buddhist school, one of my teachers told us something very interesting. You are not here to become wise. You are here to graduate as a fool. At first, I had no idea what that meant. Why would anyone go to school specifically not to become wise? However, as I grew older, I met people from all kinds of backgrounds and was repeatedly humbled by my own assumptions and shortcomings. I slowly began to understand what those words meant. To know to know one's foolishness does not mean giving up knowledge. It means realizing I do not know everything. I cannot control everything by myself. My way of thinking is not always the only right answer. It means realizing that while we may feel as though we are standing entirely on our own, we are actually being supported by countless people, relationships, and conditions. In the Amida Sutra, recited during our monthly Shoshinge service, memorial service, there is a passage. It describes a world where lotus flowers bloom in different colors. The sutra says, we chant like Shoshiki Shoko, Oshiki Oko, Shakushiki Shakko, Byakushiki Byakko. This passage means blue lotus flowers shine with blue light. Yellow flowers shine with yellow light. Red flowers shine with red light. And the white flowers shine with white light. A blue lotus does not try to become red, nor does it need to change its color to match someone else. Each flower simply shines in its own unique way, just as it is. I believe this also speaks to how we live our lives and how we pass on the Buddha Dharma. Those who come before us received the seeds of the same teaching and the same warmth. The pioneers here in Hawaii nurtured those seeds and helped them bloom in this land. While those who traveled to South America nurtured them in Brazil. Now we have received those same seeds, and it's our turn to let them bloom in our own lives. We don't need to become someone else or try to live up to someone else's idea of a great person. We can simply take what we have received, let it shine in our own unique way, and gently pass it on the next person. Going back to the World Dodo Gathering, the theme of this gathering is Bon Amigo, sharing our lives in diversity. Bon Amigo means a good friend, a fellow traveler walking the same path. Yeah, just like the lotus flowers in the sutra, people from all over the world will gather, moving beyond differences in language and culture, and meet as friends who rejoice in the same teaching of the Nembutsu. The pioneers who crossed over to South America surely supported one another through great hardships as bon amigos. They protected the teachings, built temples, and passed the Dharma down to the next generation. Yeah, 30 years from now, or perhaps 50 years from now, someone look back at the photos we leave behind here at Betsuin, and maybe they will find a picture of all of us. Like, look at this person's hairstyle back then, or, oh, they look so young. Yeah, someone might say, and someone might laugh. But I think that is wonderful. We are not just looking back at history. We are living right now inside the history that someone in the future will look back upon. This temple is not simply a place we come to, and it is a place that generations before us protected, cared for, and passed down to us. And now it is our turn to pass it onto the next generation. When someone opens that album someday, if they see our smiles and think, even back then, such warm people gathered at this temple, each shining in their own unique way. I think that would be truly wonderful. Yeah, with that in mind, I don't want to take this temple or my time here for granted. I want to cherish each day here, knowing that together we are creating a new page in the living history of this temple. On this trip to Brazil, I hope to receive plenty of energy and smiles from our bon amigos around the world and bring that energy back home. And look forward to continuing to build the warm future of this Betsuin together with all of you. Yeah, as we finished the Obon season and remember those who came before us, I hope we can all take a moment to appreciate the countless unseen connections that support our lives right here and now. Hi, thank you very much for listening. Have a wonderful rest of your day. 少し日本語でも、お話というか、サマリーさせていただきます。改めまして皆様、今日は、ハワイベスユンの、サンデーサービスにお参りいただきましてありがとうございます。来週26日から、ハワイの皆さん18名、総勢18名の皆様と、ブラジルに世界同胞大会という、世界中の、浄土真宗のメンバーさん、ご門徒さんが集まる、そういった集まりに参加をさせていただきます。で、大会のテーマが、ボンアミーゴ、多様性を生きるというテーマで、 ボンアミーゴというのはポルトガル語で良き友人という意味らしいんですけれども、本当に世界各地から、話す言葉も違ければ、様々なバックグラウンドを持つ方が、一堂に、イベントに参加させていただきます。その、準備をしながらなんですけれども、そこの会議室の本棚を片付けていたとき、奥から古いアルバムを見つけました。そこには、30年前の法要であったり、この別院のイベントの写真が、載ってまして、僕も名前でしか聞いたことなかった先生であったり、若い頃のメンバーの皆さんの姿がありまして、最初はすごくそれを見て笑ったり楽しんでたんですけども、その人たちはどんな思いを持ってここにいたんだろうということをすごく自然と何か、心の中に、そういった思いが浮かんできました。今僕たちがこのように当たり前のように使わせていただいているこの場や、いろいろな集まりも当たり前のようにその場に昔からあったわけではなく、何十年も前、先人の方々が本当苦労をしながら伝統を守り、次の世代へとバトンをタッチしていってくれたんだということを改めて、そういった写真を通して気づかされました。毎月最初の日曜日、小月サービスの時に阿弥陀経というお経を読むんですけれども、その中に、浄土の世界を表す、フレーズとして、青い花は青く、黄色い花は黄色く、それぞれの花の色で美しく輝いている姿が説かれています。私たちが、これはもう本当に私たち自身に願われていることを、他と比べず、本当に自分自身のしたいこと、しなければならないこと、無理して、何か理想というか、そういった自分になろうとせず、自分自身が自分自身の中でやっていくことを、この場で一生懸命やっていくことが、このお経から願われているんだということを私も思います。今回のブラジルの旅でも、改めて世界中の様々なバックグラウンドを持つ同胞の皆さんと温かいご縁を結び、たくさんの笑顔と元気をいただいて、またハワイへ戻っていきたいなと思っております。またそういった、自分自身の一つ一つの活動が、このハワイ別院という、今後も続いていく歴史の1ページになっているという、その重さであったり、ありがたさをしっかり受け止めつつ、また改めて皆さんと一緒にこの場でできることを一生懸命させていただければと思います。本日はお参りいただきありがとうございました。
Thank you, Reverend Okumura. Your talk was funny, it was heartwarming, and it gave me much to think about in my life. Now I want to go home and look at my family photos. Here are a few announcements for the next few weeks. Today at noon is the Japanese for Travelers class at Otani Center. On Tuesday, the 25th at 3 p.m., ukulele band practice in person and Zoom. The 25th, there'll be no dinner and movie night this month. August 26th to September 5th, Wednesday through Saturday, will be the World Dobo Gathering in Brazil. The Betsuin will be open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. On the 28th, Friday, 10 a.m. is Shindan Shonin Memorial Service, in person and YouTube. On the 30th, Sunday at 10 a.m., the Sunday service will be in person and YouTube. At noon will be the Japanese Travelers class at Otani Center. September 6th, Sunday, 10 a.m., Shotsuki Memorial Service, in person and YouTube. The Dharma message will be given by Rinban Takami Inoue. Later that day at 11:30 is the photography club meeting in the conference room. If you're able, please stand. Join me for the Gatha Ondokusan, which is on page 112 in your red service book. And please gasho before we begin. Thank you all for coming today. This ends our service. Hope you all can attend next week. Thank you.
And you folks can leave the windows and doors open. I've got a service at noon. Okay, yeah. Thank you so much.
And please join us for lunch across the parking lot.